Whereas Liverpool, they've won the league last year. They've bought all them players in, you know, some of the best players, especially Isak in the world. They need to like go and win the league again, and that's why he's brought those players in. But when you look at the next 4 fixtures, it's going to be, I think Arsenal will get maximum points, and I think they're more favourable fixtures than the Liverpool fixture. I think they got tougher games, so I feel like this game coming up now, they have to get a win because, I mean, first of all, they're a better side. I know it's a derby. Really, it's a derby. That, if you know, when you speak to both teams, they will say that it's the biggest games. But yeah, I think Liverpool need it more.
Well, let's talk about Mo Salah then. We know he's struggled to find his form this season. We also know he's a quality player. We've got some stats actually kind of showing that. He's had fewer touches, shots and goal involvements per 90 minutes this season compared to last. But every time we get a Liverpool fan on, they say absolutely no chance that he gets dropped. What do you think?
I don't think you can drop Mo Salah right now. It's the beginning of the season, and you know we've seen it with other players as well. Like, you know, Kane. There was when Kane was at Tottenham, there was times when he didn't score for the first month of the season. So I wouldn't drop Salah right now. But because of the squad that they've got now, if this carries on, he can get dropped now, whereas before I think he was undroppable because he will turn up in the 90th minute and get a penalty or get a goal, which is great. But I think now, because you've got the likes of Wirtz in there, you've got Isak, obviously Ekitike, you've got Gakpo, you've got a good attacking line, there are more options where Salah can be taken off the pitch when he's not playing well, whereas before, he would stay on the pitch for like 90 minutes or however long the game is. So I think there is a case for it, but I personally wouldn't drop Salah right now.
But loads of voice notes coming in. This one is from James.
James from Northern Ireland. My prediction for Sunday is that United win, silence a lot of the critics, and Lamans has a world-class performance, showing the Premier League that he's the new big dog in nets. Watch this space.
Well, it would silence a lot of critics if they did win, I suppose, away at Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But we've seen this from Man United. They've put in very good performances against the top side. So I wouldn't be surprised. It's not outrageous to say they could win the game. You know, when you see the way Man United played against Arsenal at the beginning of the season, it was a great performance from Man United, to the point where I was saying if they could play like that throughout this whole season, they could finish top 8, maybe even 6. So we've seen that against Man United. We've seen Man United do that. That's not the problem. Man United have the problem is doing it consistency against the lesser teams. But there's no doubt about it. If they go and beat Liverpool, it is definitely a statement.
Well, it is a huge game, right? And could Liverpool's British record signing write his name into the history books of this fixture? Arne Slot says now is the time to judge Alexander Isak following his £125 million move from Newcastle on deadline day. He's opened his Liverpool account since his record-breaking move, but is yet to score for the champions in the Premier League. Interesting answer there from Arne Slot there on Alexander Isak. There is so much to get stuck into over the next hour, but we may as well start with arguably the toughest question of the lot. Who is the bigger club, Liverpool or Manchester United? By the way, if you want to get involved in any of our polls this morning, head to the Sky Sports app or website, scan that QR code, it'll take you straight to our live blog, and just scroll down to the relevant poll. We've got a few today, but that's a big one. Which club is the biggest? Jay Bothroyd, I gave you that 2 minutes. I promised you, and I have delivered. We'll go through it more forensically in a moment, but your gut instinct when you're asked about Manchester United or Liverpool, who's the biggest club?
I've got to say Liverpool. I really do. I look at what they're doing now, and obviously they're miles ahead of Man United. They've won, or they equaled on 20 top division titles. Champions League, Liverpool's got 6 against Man United's 3. I think the only talking point really is the revenue and the fan base that Man United will dominate, and obviously the value of the club would be more. But in terms, the way I would measure a big club is totality.
Well, the trophies, interestingly, we're excluding Community Shields, all right? We're taking major trophies. And Liverpool, they edge it, actually. They've got 52 compared to Manchester United's 47. So you're right there, 20 top division titles each again.
And Liverpool, Division 1,
so top division. And in terms of European Cups, it's double for Liverpool. It's 6 compared to Manchester United's 3.
I mean, there you go, right?
So if you're going on just trophies, then it's hard to argue, but there's a lot more to what makes a bigger club, isn't there? Because what about the size of a stadium? Does that matter to you?
Yes, it does.
Because that sways towards Manchester
I think the part that, I mean, Man United, from what I see recently, is falling apart at Old Trafford. I see leakages, I see everything in there. So they need to, and they're talking about getting a new stadium. Once they get the new stadium, then we've got to, you know, then there's a more of a case. But
this current stadium has 13,000 more seats, and both clubs are always full. So I mean, that's a good start.
Yeah.
But their stadium capacity, the new stadium you're talking about, you're quite right. They're looking at 100,000,
exactly,
which Manchester United probably can fill. So could Liverpool, by the way. But Manchester United stadium.
And then they will blow. And then they will blow. And then they'll blow Liverpool out the water, because I don't think Liverpool will have a stadium that big anyway. I think the only stadium that is around that big would be the new Camp Nou that's coming, right? Where there'll be like 105,000. But I mean, Man United will be the second in the world at that point. But I look at it now and I just say that both stadiums are historic. I measure big clubs based upon the totality and now as well. We can't forget now, because it's not all about history. We've got to talk about the now part, and now Liverpool are miles ahead. There's no doubt that both clubs are special clubs, have been the most successful clubs in England. But I think Liverpool edge it for me.
You are making some very fair points, as ever, Jay, but I need to counter you. That is my job. And it's very hard to work out popularity, OK? But these days, you can look at social media following, OK?
Man United will probably be...
Which is why of all the Sky Sports News presenters, I'm the least popular, if you're going to do it in that way, all right? So I'm against this, actually. But Manchester United, they've got quite a few more. They've got 133.9 million in total compared to Liverpool's 101.4. Now, a lot of people will say, I don't care about that, but do you care? Should we care?
No, but I think that's just the following again. That's the fan base.
And I think surely the bigger club...
Yeah, but there's no doubt in the fan base being bigger. There's no doubt, and that's just an element of a bigger club. I think where Man United will always win is the fan base, the revenue, you know, what the club is worth. The financial part aside, Man United have that. There's no doubt about that.
Said that
but
the
everything
financial
else
part isn't important. I know why you said the financial part, isn't it?
But everything else is sided with Liverpool. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
I believe that's what's called controlling your own narrative. Because if we go to how much the clubs are worth, now this is according to Forbes, which is as you know, the most accurate people we can go for this. They've got Manchester United at an extra, well, almost $1 billion more in terms of how much they are worth. First of all, does that actually surprise you that they're worth... That's a lot of money.
That is,
almost $1 billion more.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I thought as well, because, I mean, Man United, since Alex Ferguson left Man United have been struggling, really. Yes, they've still won competitions, that goes without saying, but ultimately, I'm surprised they are where they are still. And can you imagine where Man United would be if they get back to their best, if they start dominating English football again, if they start winning things? I mean, they could even go above Real Madrid. But ultimately, I am surprised that Man United are still in that spot. But I mean, I thought Arsenal would be higher, if I'm honest.
8th.
And when I see Arsenal and Tottenham, that is like really close.
Tottenham 9th, and it's almost identical.
Exactly, yeah, it's almost identical. So that's surprising.
Interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. It is interesting because you don't know what happens behind the scenes. So to see that, it has opened my eyes to certain things.
In terms of the valuation breakdown, by the way, from Forbes, just so you kind of understand it, because it can be quite confusing. It's broken into commercial, brand, match day, and broadcasting. But they've got Manchester United in second in the world. And Liverpool.
Where's Man City on that one?
4th. Well, luckily, I've got it right in front of me. They are 5th. So just below. They are.
So that shows you their rise.
0.1 billion less than Liverpool. Right, OK. Well, Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, scan the QR code here and visit the Sky Sports app for more details. Next, we have 2 very passionate fans, one representing Liverpool, Montel Bowen, and representing Manchester United, we have Arne Slot. Right, good morning to both of you. We've been looking forward to this. I know you will have been as well. And I think, first of all, the first thing to ask, Montel, given that you are going to be the home team, who's the bigger club?
Well, I'll be honest. Commercially, Man United are the biggest club. I always concede to that. But it's not all about just being commercially the biggest club anymore. Like, I mean, if you guys want to be rubbish, and be commercially really big, that's fine. That's not really suitable for me. I actually want to win trophies.
I like this,
Actually
Montella.
wanna be the
You
best
started
club.
off really well, objectively. I like this. Carry on.
Yeah, because that's what football has become for Manchester and their fans now. It's what Manchester United and their fans now. It's, oh, we're the biggest club, we're this, we're that. Put the scrolls in the bag. Just put the scrolls in the bag. Generally now, we want to see what you can do on the pitch. And if Man United were good, they'll be speaking about what they were doing on the pitch. When they were winning their 13 Prems under Fergie, dominating football, you think they'd talk about commercial revenue? You think you hear the word commercial revenue come out of any Manchester United fans' mouth? It's all they have left. And they're clinging onto it for dear
Can I
life.
just sneak in a little
Sorry, let me
minute?
just butt in there, because I agree with you,
Yeah.
Montel. I agree with you, and I think, again, I'm being really objective here, and I just think, yes, we can talk about the history. Yes, we can talk about the way Man United dominated English football for a long period of time, but we have to take now into consideration as well. So that's all I'm going to say on that part. Now I want to hear your arguments.
Right, here we go. Right, Jay, right, let's put your Arsenal side away for a minute. It's like Northwest is dominating the Premier League, but the question's just been asked, who's the bigger club? And all I've heard is two opposition fans talk about Man United for about 2 minutes. I thought we were supposed to be making an argument for your sides. Look, Manchester United are being talked about in our worst ever era at in Premier League history. And all anyone's talking about is Man United. Does that not just tell you
Adam,
how
can I say
big
one thing to you,
Manchester United are? The fact that you cannot refrain from talking about us tells you everything. Just argue your own points.
Adam, let me say one thing.
Man
United, if this carries on, right, Man United could potentially be classed as the team with the biggest fall of grace in Premier League history. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't see Man United winning a title for the next 10 years, minimum.
Okay.
What about Liverpool's fall from grace?
There's an argument for that.
Don't forget that from Dalglish
winning
it to Klopp winning it.
There was a fall from grace. There was a fall from grace. No, there was a fall from grace. But it's true. It's true. Because Montel's right as well. They have won a Champions League in that period, right? They have done stuff. Whereas in Man United now, since Ferguson left, I think, Adam, you'll agree with that part. Since Ferguson left, Man United have been on a downward spiral. Yes, they have won some competitions, but they've still been on a downward spiral compared to what they was. And now going forward, I can't see Man United winning something for a while, because when you look at the other clubs, like the Man Cities, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, players will look at them sides and say, I'd prefer to go to them teams before Man United, where before in history, when Alex Ferguson was there especially, he could say, I want that player, and he would come. That's it. There's no question. There's not even a debate about other teams. Now there's more teams involved that have a better squad right now, and I feel like they've kind of left behind Man United, and it's going to be difficult for Man United to come back now.
Jay, can I just cut in there as well? Like when
go on.
The grass is greener, like that term comes to mind when we speak about Man United as well. You guys will always attract players just with the badge, but I think slowly but surely players are beginning to realise it's giving graveyard. Slowly but surely.
I'm going to be objective again. I'm going to say a lot of players, people don't even know that. A lot of players will look at the location, by the way, because I heard Adam say something about the North is dominating English football. I'm telling you right now, players will look at it from their personal brand point of view and say, I want to be in London.
Nah, but
I'm telling you.
Adam, you and I both know, I'm afraid Adam and I are right on that one. Right, Adam, you haven't really had a chance to talk yet, so go on.
Completely outvoted there on that one with the South bit there, mate. I think you go three against.
I'm being honest with you.
3 against 1, Jay. Yeah. Right. Again, though, you just talked about what Manchester United have done, the fall from grace. You asked the question, the original question that you asked at the top of the show: who is the bigger club? Yeah. The fact that players will still come to Manchester United says we're the biggest club. The fact that our revenues are still the biggest, the commercialisation of the club, the fact that we have got so many fans queuing up at the door to still watch Manchester United. We still made more broadcasting revenue in our greatest failing year ever than other football clubs. Trophies are what it's going to be decided on, ultimately, I feel, at the end of the day.
And you haven't got as many. You haven't got as many as Liverpool.
Yeah. But you're just talking about the short term there, and then you switch across to the history of it.
I'm talking about totality. Because from my point of view, I look at Man United and I just say that Man United now, what you've got to hold on to is the history. The history is without a doubt. Like you can say that, especially
Well,
in
look at
Premier
it
League
this way.
history.
I'm just going to come back at you on that one.
When we talk
Champions
about
League. Champions League football, yeah?
What?
2 trophies each.
Champions
Two
League
trophies
football?
each.
no,
Yeah.
No,
see,
Champions
Two
League.
trophies.
Champions
Listen to what I'm saying
this is
a
what I mean.
minute.
We
2
pick and
trophies
choose. Hold on,
each, yeah?
we
The European Cup is history. The Champions League is now, and Liverpool and United have both got 2 Champions Leagues. So you talk about forgetting about history. Let's forget about Liverpool's history as well at the same time.
Hold on.
You can't pick it both ways.
What we're not gonna no. How long until your Premier Leagues become history? Does the name just need to change again? I don't know what the where do we draw the line? Because generally because the name has changed, we go, oh well, you know, Liverpool have 2 Premier Leagues, United have 13. Liverpool have two Champions Leagues, and United have 2. No, Liverpool have 6 Champions Leagues.
By the way, I didn't bring up
But hold on. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. It's 20 each. It's 20 top division titles each. So let's just put that to bed. Let's just put that part to bed. But the 6 Champions League compared to the 3 Champions League is another story.
Can I put up on this one?
Champions League
why do you sing 20 times Man United, but you don't sing 13 times Man United? Why do you sing that?
Because 20 times Man United. I'm not talking about the Premier League.
No, but I'm saying because if it was just the Premier League that mattered,
no.
It was just the
it's nice. It's nice that you notice the United.
13 times Man United. No, you sing 20 times Man United. So therefore,
keep talking about United.
I have a question for you.
Sky got accused of saying there was no, of claiming there was no football before 1992. That is not the case because Jay and I have both said 26 and 3, haven't we? On those
so we have more major trophies.
Next, at the moment there, I think Adam was a bit ganged up on there. But Adam, I think you might. I think Adam was ganged up on there.
What, me?
I'm
being objective. Adam, sorry if it came across that way.
Adam, I think you're going to turn it around here, okay? Because the next question I want to ask you both, and by the way, there's polls running on the website for anyone at home to go and vote on all of these. Right, if you go to Liverpool's Premier League winning title team of 2019-20, so that one, under Klopp, brilliant team, dominant in the Premier League, but Manchester United's treble winners of the 1998-99 season, right then, Adam, which team was the best?
I don't even compare. It's not even an argument. And I'd be surprised if either one of you's actually come up with an argument for this one. Let's just get it right. This is a treble winning side. The first to do the treble. That takes it out of it straight
Adam,
away.
I'm with you completely on this one. It's a treble.
Yeah.
It's a treble. Let's not get it twisted. And, you know, the Fergie time, there's so many big games. And you know what as well? I think we've got to talk about the level of opposition as well. You know, the teams back then, they were no joke. You had like proper strikers, proper defenders, proper midfielders. I mean, look at that team there. I love that team. But I would definitely go with Man United on this one. The treble is so hard to achieve. Like, and they done it in style as well. Like coming back, scoring goals in the last minute. You don't forget them kind of occasions. I'm sorry.